And this actually isn't a best buddy Dialga, so this is going to be a massacre. You can see how quickly it's going down. It's already in the red before we even get into the yellow. That extra damage from the best buddy makes such a huge difference. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we do upload daily PvP content, so please consider subscribing to the channel if that is of interest to you. And if you're a returning subscriber, like James Ferry, thank you for the support. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at Kyogre in the lead position in the Master League. And we're going to be comparing Blizzard versus Thunder as the second charge move. Obviously, you want Surf on it, but there is going to be particular situations where one will perform better than the other, and you will need that second move. I think Blizzard in particular is going to be the better move in most situations, especially because of all the dragon types in Master League. But we'll take a look at the two of them, compare them, see which one performs better, at least in this small sample size of battles, and I'll come up with my personal decision at the end of the video. So with that said, we're going to take a look at 5 battles first with Blizzard, and then the second half of the video will be 5 battles with Thunder. So let's get into the first battle right now. Alright, so let's get into the first battles here, testing out Blizzard in this first set of 5, going up against Stone Collection in the first matchup here. So we're going to be leading Kyogre into Rhyperior. Great lead obviously for Kyogre, and you may be asking, why did I switch to Kyogre? Basically, when I was running Melmetal in the lead, there was so many Groudons that I figured, you know what, let's just lead Kyogre, see how it goes. Opponent switched on into Dialga, of course, so we're going to bring in our own Dialga here. And because we did get a bit of chip damage with the Kyogre, we should win this match. Gonna come down to shields, but obviously the later we switch in, the more opportunity we give to the opponent to get to a second Iron Head. And as you can see here, they do get to that. So I'm gonna shield this just to ensure that I have my Kyogre on the Rhyperior, because even if I'm down a shield, that's such a dominant matchup that I won't need that particular shield in the end. So I go down a shield, but we do maintain switch. I don't get that Iron Head off, which is okay. Would have got the shield for sure on the Rhyperior. That's fine. Gonna bring in Kyogre here, expect the opponent to switch out. They bring in their own Kyogre. So basically in this situation, I don't want to get hit by a Thunder in case they're running it. So I'm gonna build up for a Surf, throw that, and then immediately switch out into the Giratina. Now because I had some energy from the initial matchup, the opponent thought that that may have been Thunder and they used their last shield. Amazing for us because we needed to get rid of that shield. So as you can see here, the biggest threat obviously is Blizzard, and we have no shields. Blizzard comes through, but look at Giratina tank that Blizzard like a champ. We're going to be able to throw this Dragon Claw. And what you're going to see here is that I actually stop attacking because I want to farm down with my own Kyogre. So the opponent knocks me out. I bring in my Kyogre here to farm down, but he waited for a switch timer to come up before letting the Kyogre go down. So very smart on their play. We do get to Surf. I throw that immediately because I don't want to get hit by anything. And obviously we saw they had Blizzard, so there's no threat of Thunder. So we're safe in that matchup. Take that game. Good start so far with Blizzard on our Kyogre. Next matchup here against Dialga lead. So obviously a very bad matchup, and most of the time, actually, you should pretty much always switch out of this matchup. But you know, we're testing Blizzard here, so we're gonna see what happens. Opponent has Thunder, so I'm not gonna get a chance to throw it, and that's the one drawback to trying to bait Blizzard. Sometimes I'll build up for Blizzard and throw a couple of Surfs, but if the Dialga is running Thunder, obviously there's a threat. Here I make a mistake because obviously if they have Thunder, they're not gonna have Draco Meteor, so I could have took that Iron Head for sure, but it's fine. I shielded. I think that's a mistake because showing Thunder, they don't have Draco Meteor, so it would have just been an Iron Head. I would have survived that. But they bring in the Kyogre, and actually when they didn't switch out of that Dialga matchup, it kind of made me think they might not have a hard counter for Dialga. So using that shield actually makes a little bit of sense, because if they have no counter for Dialga, I may as well keep it as healthy as I can, right? So the Kyogre came in, not a counter to Dialga obviously. Switch into my Giratina here, and they bring in a Mewtwo. So obviously this is still a pretty good matchup for Giratina. Side Strike does hurt. A few of these Mewtwo's are running Shadow Ball, which will really hurt, but still Giratina is super bulky. And as you can see here, we are building up. And this is going to be a Side Strike here. I'm actually not choosing to shield this. And one of the main reasons I'm not choosing to shield this is because I want to keep that shield in the back for that Kyogre's attack, which is probably going to be on my Dialga. So here, I'm going to let this go through because Surf will not KO. I need to get off this Dragon Claw here. And after I get off this Dragon Claw, I'm going to switch out into my Dialga and try to Dragon Breath down. If they throw a Surf, I still have that shield I saved for this situation right here. So we're going to shield the Surf, beat it with Dragon Breath, and take that matchup down a shield. So next match against Shup It Up Yaraz. Very vulgar name. That's the kind of name that goes on the leaderboard and they take it down because it's... So I feel offended right now. Shup it up my Yaraz. Anyways, I'm building up for the Blizzard here. I'm just joking, that's a cool name. Good pun there. So Iron Head comes through, I let that go through. No Thunder this time. I build up for the Blizzard. Can we actually get this Blizzard to one-shot the Dialga? They don't shield. Dialga goes down. We win the lead matchup against Dialga, which is insane when you think about it. They bring in Landers. Look how much damage we did there with Waterfall. So far, I gotta say, Blizzard's looking real good. And we'll see how Thunder performs, but right now I'm really liking Blizzard. So we get hit by the Earth Power. Giratina can obviously tank anything Landers throws at it. Don't want Landers on the Dialga, that's for sure. So very good thing we won that initial lead matchup somehow. Hit the Blizzard. So Landers gonna throw energy here. Another Earth Power, we could take that. And he switches out into Groudon. So I'm going to throw this Dragon Claw here. And obviously this isn't a good situation for us, right? I mean, we have the Dialga in the back, so double ground. Gonna throw another Dragon Claw here. I need to get off as much damage with Giratina as I possibly can. Gonna switch out into Dialga here. I think it's low enough now at this point where with 2 shields, I could actually just shield up twice and farm down with the Dialga. Even if these are Fire Punches, that's totally fine. So I'm gonna take another shield here. This time it's an Earthquake, which is amazing because that means they can't get to another Earthquake before I farm down. And they're gonna bring in the Landers here. Farm it down with Dragon Breath. We win that game again with the opponent still having 2 shields. So good matches so far. Noob Nubbin is up next. This is the 4th match. Kyogre into Kyogre. So okay, this is an interesting matchup here. Basically, Thunder requires 8 waterfalls. Blizzard requires 10. So what I do here is I try to bait like I'm at number 8 and then throw. And that time I actually believe we did 7. And you can see they got an extra waterfall in there. So a little bit unfortunate. It is a Surf though. So I'm just going to keep on building here. Going to throw the Surf again. And at this point, I guess the opponent is actually 1 waterfall ahead of us because they sneaked 1 in. And I'm going to hit the waterfall. At this point, I decided, you know what, maybe if I shield here, I could farm down, go down and shield, but maintain switch. So I do that. And I should be able to farm down here, but he gets to a Surf super quick. And that's not like a 1 waterfall type quick. Like he must have sneaked in 2. So I have to burn both shields because at this point I'm committed. So I can't get to Blizzard here. So I'm just going to throw the Surf at this Dialga. I'm going to switch in right away to my own Dialga. And obviously I'm setting myself up to get destroyed by a Draco Meteor. But I'm taking the risk that they don't have it. Maybe they're running Thunder. They hit me with an Iron Head. That tells me that they probably have Thunder. Unless they just made a misplay. So I'm going to throw Iron Head. I think they have Thunder in this situation because Draco Meteor would obviously be the right play. We get the 2nd shield. That's great. Gonna bring in Giratina here. Remember, we were down 2 shields in this match. So hopefully we can play this out. They bring in a Dragonite. So I have a bit of an energy lead. We actually may have a chance to win this match. I'm going to throw the Dragon Claw here. Obviously if they have Outrage or Draco Meteor, we're in big trouble. But if they have Hurricane, it's a good spot. I tried to sack there. Kind of mistimed it. So we get hit by the Dragon Claw. I should be able to get to our own Dragon Claw here. And my only win condition at this point is to farm down after this Dragon Claw and have a Dragon Claw ready for the Dialga. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm building up. I get to the Dragon Claw. The Dragon Claw is ready. But the Dragon Breath OP damage knocks us out before I could throw it. And the Dialga gets to a charge move. Iron Head comes through. It's going to knock us out. A little bit unfortunate there because Dragon Breath is so OP. And let me show you right now what I mean by the risk involved in building up for the Blizzard. So here I decided to shield. And when I shield here, I'm thinking the opponent is never going to let this go through because I have enough for a Blizzard. This guy is a lunatic and he literally lets the potential Blizzard go through, gets hit by back-to-back Surfs. So now I lose lead, I'm down a shield, I could bring in Dialga, but I'm gonna get hit by a Shadow Ball. So this is totally the risk involved when you try staying in with Kyogre in a very unfavorable matchup. Sometimes you're going to hit the Blizzard, sometimes it's gonna play out like this. When it plays out like that, you're gonna get destroyed and have no chance at winning. So I just wanted to show that there because it's not all fun and games, roses and dandelions or whatever with Kyogre lead with Blizzard. It's very risky to stay in a match like this right here, as you can see Giratina. So let's see how this one plays out. Gonna get hit by, obviously here you always want to get hit by the Ominous Wind, but they're never throwing that, so Shadow Ball comes through. You're never going to get to the Blizzard before their second one. Opponent here switches out into Dialga. I don't know if he was trying to catch a Surf, or maybe he was trying to catch the Blizzard. Blizzard's gonna be great because now I could switch into my own Dialga, actually farm down before they get to a charge move. And I'm in a great spot now because even if they bring in Giratina, great spot for Dialga. They bring in Melmetal, not optimal obviously. So I'm gonna build up here. I'm gonna wait to get hit by the first move, hoping it's a superpower, and I need to throw this Draco Meteor. It is. So I throw the Draco Meteor, fortunately. And this is going to do a lot of damage now to the Melmetal. They let it go through, so they're saving their shields for this Giratina that farms me down. And we have our own Giratina in the back. Obviously, Giratina Ultra Form's very bulky, so we're gonna get hit here. I think this is an Ominous Wind, so I'm not shielding because we have two shields. I feel they're gonna bait. Even if it's a Shadow Ball, we could shield up after. They're gonna throw again. I know it's an Ominous Wind because it's too quick, but I have to shield at this point because we're getting pretty low. And a Shadow Ball now would hurt, so I can't take any chances. We have to shield it up. Throw the Dragon Claw here, we get the shield there. And I'm gonna throw this second Dragon Claw. We both had two shields, so it's a very tight matchup. But I'm setting up for the potential farm down here. So I'm gonna shield this up. And now with two shields, we should be able to outpace the two Dragon Claw, which is going to be enough to take this game. So far, we had a very positive showing there. Rock Slide is not going to KO here, and I will be able to beat it to the next charge move. So Blizzard honestly performed really well, and I really enjoyed it in this set of 5 battles. Personally, so far, really impressed by it. Let's see how we do with Thunder in this next set. Psyduck on the run. So basically the main difference between Kyogre with Blizzard and Thunder is that Thunder is going to win you the mirror match against another Kyogre. That's pretty much it. We had a horrible lead there, so I switch on to Giratina, get met by a Reshiram, super spicy. Reshiram, probably my favorite legendary, so love to see the spice. I wish I could use one actually, but it's not that good in Master League, unfortunately. So it just gets outclassed by Dialga and some of the other dragons. A little bit of lag here, and hopefully our move goes through. It does, we get the shield. And what you can notice here actually is that I have a chance to take switch advantage here just by shielding, because we're getting to these Dragon Claws so quickly compared to the opponent getting to the crunch. So I'm going to throw another Dragon Claw here. And I don't know if this involved lag maybe on the opponent's part, but I do get to the next Dragon Claw. They might have been going for an aggressive farm down, and we're going to take switch advantage with a 1 shield advantage here as well. So they bring in their own Giratina. Now I can bring in Dialga. And we are looking really good here. So this is going to be a Dragon Claw. Gonna let this go through. And another Dragon Claw is going to come in. This Giratina is super spammy. You can see it from our team, it's super spammy Pokemon. We are going to be Dragon, but they actually exit the match because I guess they didn't have a good counter for Dialga in the back. So, or Kyogre might have had a Groudon or something. So we take that match. Saze, Sunday, Togekiss into Kyogre. Togekiss actually is another interesting matchup because late game, Thunder could actually win you the match because of the damage it does, and it requires less energy than Blizzard. So Thunder is actually the only 2 Pokemon it really matters for is the mirror match, and in very niche late game situations with shields down against Togekiss. That's about it. Aside from that, I can't really see any other reason to prefer Thunder over Blizzard. I think Blizzard with the nuke potential on the Dragons much better, and we're only 2 games in, but I think that's the way to go. So here we take switch advantage, but we're down a shield. So let's see what the opponent's gonna do here. They bring in their own Giratina, gonna get off this Iron Head because there's no way I was getting to the Draco Meteor there before getting farmed down. Do a little bit of chip damage, that's totally fine. Gonna come in here with our own Giratina. And they're gonna bring in Togekiss, so I'm instantly gonna switch into Kyogre here. And I'm gonna try and build up here for 2 Surfs. Gonna throw this first one. Probably gonna get hit by an Aerial Ace here or an Ancient Power. They actually, looks like they didn't get to it, so I'm gonna throw the Surf. Let's see if they're gonna shield this. They do not, so they let it go through. And I could see what they're doing here. They let the Togekiss go down so that they could completely farm my Kyogre, knowing that Surf isn't going to do a lot of damage and there's pretty much no way I could get to a Blizzard, so there's no threat really to them. And with their shield, their hope is that they could get off enough Dragon Claw damage against my Giratina before I could farm down. Because in this situation, it makes absolutely 0 sense for me to try and throw charge moves. My win condition here is to straight farm down, win with an extra shield on their side. So we got hit by 3 Dragon Claws already. Next one's gonna KO, but fortunately we are able to farm down with Shadow Claw, take that match. Togata Ace up next. And we're going to be leading Kyogre into Togekiss again. So as you can see, actually, ever since switching to Kyogre, we have not been seeing too many ground types at all. It's been pretty much Togekiss, Dialga leads for the most part. Saw that Rhyperior in the first match, but aside from that, not many. I switched because of the Groudons and there's none here. So Ancient Power comes through. Gonna throw the Surf here. And Togekiss is gonna let that go through. We're gonna be able to farm down. So we maintain switch, even shields, Dialga comes in. It's really nice to get off this Surf against that Dialga because it makes the mirror match a lot easier for us. And this actually isn't a best buddy Dialga, so this is going to be a massacre. You can see how quickly it's going down. It's already in the red before we even get into the yellow. That extra damage from the best buddy makes such a huge difference. At this point, I know they're going for Draco because there's pretty much no other way they're going to win this match, so I choose to shield that. Groudon comes in. I have so much energy because I didn't have to throw because it's not best buddy. So we could throw back-to-back Iron Heads here. And once I do that, I'm going to switch out, bring in the Giratina. Well, unfortunately we get hit by the Charger. That's fine. I'm going to let this go through. It's actually only a Fire Punch, so that won't KO. And I'm going to bring in Giratina here. And basically with the shield in hand, this is game over. Just gotta shield eventually and just throw Dragon Claws. First one's an Earthquake, it's totally fine. Gonna throw back-to-back Dragon Claws here. And no matter what the next move is, even if it's Firestorm, I'm gonna shield it up because there's almost no way that they're gonna get to another Earthquake after this shield to have enough to knock us out before I get to this Dragon Claw. So I'll just shield this up. They could potentially hit us with back-to-back Fire Punch, but there's almost no way they're gonna get to another Earthquake. And we beat them to the Dragon Claw. This is going to knock out the Groudon. And we're going to take that game. So you can see here in these matches, when we have Thunder, there isn't really that potential of trying to go for the Blizzard like you saw in the earlier matches. Another Togekiss lead. So these are really good leads for any Kyogre really, Thunder or not. I think in this match I actually go for the Thunder. I do. So this is actually going to knock out the Togekiss. Boom, you can see. So maybe that's a reason for you to prefer Thunder. The one drawback I don't like about that though is that it leaves the Kyogre with enough health to get farmed down, and I don't think that's optimal. So you can see here, this Giratina went for the most aggressive farm down ever. So I'm gonna bring in Dialga here, and obviously it has way more than a Shadow Ball, might be close to 100 energy. I'm gonna take the first one. And at this point, if they throw again, I'm going to shield up and just commit to a straight farm down. They shouldn't get to another move here. They switch out into Rhyperior. Going to get to this Iron Head. Throw this. Get the shield. And I'm going to switch out into Giratina. And this is a pretty tricky spot here, actually. Their own Giratina is very low in the back. And we get hit by a Rock Wrecker. Definitely was hoping to get hit by a Surf or something. Gonna throw Dragon Claw. I think this situation right here is definitely where you want to start counting the Mud Slaps because I wasn't counting at this time and I only have one shield. knowing whether or not they're throwing a Rock Wrecker here could make a huge difference in preserving that final shield. So it looked like, I think they only got 5 Mud Slaps there. I don't think that's enough for Rock Wrecker. So I should have known this was going to be a Surf, and I could have saved that shield for the Giratina, which would have won me the game. Second mistake here was switching out into Dialga here. That was unnecessary. Allow that Giratina to get enough energy to get to the Omnis Wind, which is going to knock us out. If I stayed in, it would either have to throw energy or get hit by our Dragon Claw, at which point my Dialga could have came in and farmed down with Dragon Breath. So I definitely made an error there. A game we could have won, but a misplay on my end cost us that match. Kyogre into Dialga here. Obviously in this matchup, I do not have access to Blizzard. So if this is Thunder, we're getting knocked out. You should throw the Surf right away. Thunder, there it is, boom. Look how much health this Dialga has. Now, even if I bring in my own Dialga, I'm going to get hit by possibly 2 charge moves. Maybe not 2 actually, but I know they don't have Draco Meteor. I have to shield here anyways because I'm getting so low with Dialga, and I'm hoping I could farm down here before they get to another one. They switch out to Groudon. I'm going to throw this Iron Head and then switch out into Giratina. This is a pretty rough spot for us to be in, of course. So I'm going to come in with Giratina. This matchup versus Groudon really comes down to baiting and shield usage. So you have to call the Earthquake, especially at this point because I'm so far behind in this match that my only win here really is to call the Fire Punch bait, which I do. And now we're starting to get a chance. I'm starting to believe again. So throw the Dragon Claw. At this point, he's probably going to throw the Earthquake. So I actually choose to shield up. We call the Earthquake correctly. This is huge for us. So now I'm going to throw Dragon Claw. Even if he hits us with another Earthquake, it's not going to KO. He chooses not to shield. I switch out into Dialga to farm down the last bit of health that Groudon had. Kyogre comes in. 1 shield. I'm just going to go for the nuke here. Throw the Draco Meteor. Get this last shield. The only way we lose this match at this point is if that Kyogre has Blizzard. So we're going to have to see. It's certainly building up the energy for it, but we have no shields, so he switches out. This allows me to farm down. When he switches, I'm assuming he does not have Blizzard. We're going to find out right now. Is this going to KO? It's a Surf, and that's huge because now I should be able to hit this Dragon Claw and get to the next Dragon Claw before it gets to another Surf. Not even sure if Surf would KO in this range, to be honest. But we do beat it to Dragon Claw. This is going to knock out the Kyogre. We're going to take that game. And we actually went 4-1 in both sets with Blizzard and with Thunder. So they seem pretty even overall. But personally, I think I gotta go with Blizzard if I'm choosing only one move. So those were some battles. One set with each move set. Thunder versus Blizzard. Obviously, Blizzard requires 10 waterfalls to get to the first one. Thunder requires 8 waterfalls. The Blizzard, a lot of times you're not going to get to it without a shield or getting hit by a charge move. The Dialga matchup, it's a little risky if they're running Thunder, but there is play for both movesets, and it totally comes down to maybe team comp or what you're trying to do with Kyogre. Do you guys run Kyogre? Let me know in the comments which moveset you prefer. I personally think I gotta go with Blizzard. I think, especially late games, if it shields down and you get that Kyogre in there, manage to hit a Blizzard and nuke a dragon, it feels amazing. Even Groudon, well, I guess you just go Surf with Groudon. No point to go for the Blizzard. But yeah, Kyogre, really interesting lead Pokemon. And if I had to choose one move, I go with Blizzard, but I could totally understand people who want to use Thunder. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like, commenting, subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.